And so, yes, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me and subscribing if you have. If you haven't, please do. Please link me. Follow me on Instagram. Official_Queen04 is my professional page in regard to career coaching and life coaching, in regard to anything really professional. um, and so, let's just get into it. What did you say? And so, what does that mean? We know this in regard to being mindful of our speech, right? It's something that we all know, or I shouldn't be so general, but most people know, like, hey, watch what you say. What did you say? Make sure you only speak positive. But people still don't. And it's amazing to me. Like, you can read all the books, we can study, and still people just keep doing it, and it's something that I feel strongly about. So funny enough, I'm very mindful of either what I'm saying or what someone else is saying. Even if I don't like say anything about it, I'm like I can hear everything in regards to how someone is speaking. So I'm very, or at least I do my best myself to be intentional. I try to be intentional for myself, but I can't obviously control others. So this video hopefully is to help others, and even myself. We can always evolve and get better. Help for us to be mindful of what we're saying. So let's talk about three things. One is, like, it's great to say, like, oh, I want to be wealthy, or I want to be X, Y, and Z. I want. That's a really common way for people to share their desires. But something that I've learned and I'm learning is when we say I want, it kind of makes it seem like we're not aligned with it. But in order to attract it, we have to be already. So I am. Instead of saying I want, I am. Instead of saying I am going to have, no, I have. Like, you want to make it something in the present in your speech. That's one hack. Another thing is, like, a lot of people always say what they don't want. And I know someone, and let me not say that, but some people, not only do they say what they don't want, they go into detail about it, like what they don't want. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You only want to talk about what you want. And if it's something you don't want, don't even give it energy. That's the thing. You don't even want to give it energy. So for example, I was supposed to go to Boston tonight. And I'm like, I don't want there to be traffic. I don't want there to be traffic. I'm giving so much energy to this traffic that I know nothing about. There may be nothing, but I keep talking about traffic. Why? Just go look at the GPS thing, and even that is kind of giving into the energy of traffic, instead of going like, I'm going to get there when I'm supposed to get there. And it's not saying don't be mindful, but you just got to check your energy and your speech, right? So even in saying, back to what I was saying, I don't want there to be traffic. We don't want to say that. If you don't want something, I'm hoping that I have a pleasant ride, and I'm hoping that I'll get there in good timing, safely, and something great happens while I'm driving. Somebody calls me and we have the best conversation to help the time go by. But I'm hoping to make it there in great time. That's how that's what makes it better, when you speak that way. So even if I said, I hope they don't increase the rent, we don't say that. Or, are you sure you want to go there? Because anything could happen and you could get hurt. You don't say that. If you're going there, I hope you're safe. I hope the rent stays the way it is. So I'm saying basically the same thing. The energy is different. The language is different. That's number two. Just, if you don't want something, don't even talk about it. It don't even exist. If you don't want it, don't talk about it. If you're going to say something in regard to it, say it in the positive way, right? I'm going to repeat this again because I think it needs to be repeated. If you're ironing, I really don't want my clothes to burn. Don't say that. I'm going to iron and I hope the clothes come out really sharp and good and it looks better than before. Now, in the subconscious, we might be thinking like, this iron will get really hot and it could burn something. But we don't care, because we don't think that way. God forbid if something happened, it was what was supposed to happen. But for us and how we talk, it's only the positive. That's the point. Don't even mention the negative. Don't even mention it. That's number two. And the first one was speak in the present. So not I can't wait to have, or I want $1,000,000. I can't wait to have $1,000,000. I'm gonna get No, I have $1,000,000 and I'm waiting for. Well, how can we switch that into a positive? I I I know $1,000,000 is with me, and I'm looking forward to seeing it in my hands. Like, doesn't that energy shift you a little bit? Like, it's different. So I want to make sure we're sold on the first two so I can go to the last one. So we want to talk in the present. It might take time, like how I had to rephrase that last statement. It might take time to do that, but it's worth it because it becomes natural. And then that's one, talk in the present. The second, if you don't want it, don't say it. Always speak in the positive. Don't even say it. Don't even say it. Don't say, are you sure you're going to go to the hair salon to get your hair cut because there's violence there? You might get hurt on the way. What? When people talk like that, I'm just like, huh? Why would you say it? Just like, if you're going to the hair salon, I hope you're safe. I hope your hair comes out really good. And I hope you find $1,000,000 on the way. Like, which one sounds better? Which one gives you more energy? Which one drains you? Which one brings love and which one brings fear? You know, which one inspires what? Like, be mindful. So we have the first two. If you don't want to, don't say it. The first one was speak in the present. The last one in regard to speech. See, I don't swear a lot at all, really, ever. And so to each his own. But my theory on that is like, if the intention is to be as pure as possible, if the intention is to, you know, for most, hopefully, reading the Bible, reading positive things and all that, it doesn't mean that we're not human, but if I'm trying, or if my goal is to be as godlike as possible, that means that people are paying attention to me when I speak, because God is radiant, right? And if God is within me, as I say, then yeah, people are going to pay attention. So how you speak, what you say, how you say it, people are paying attention to it. So just be mindful of that too, what comes out of your mouth. So even if you're not being necessarily negative, but you're not, you know, speaking purely a good amount of the time, that's something to be mindful of also. Just think about it. Don't beat me up. I'm just saying, if the goal is to be pure, if the goal is to be a role model, or even if that's not the goal, if the goal is just to be a light, you want to be as clean and pure as possible. So you want your speech to reflect that as well. So just be mindful of that. I don't want to get into it because I know the people are going to be like, what do you mean? Because everyone doesn't think that way, but that is my theory on that. I just try to speak as pure as possible. I try to use my words, my vocabulary words. I try my best to, I try to be pure in how I'm speaking, because what is the purpose? What is the intent? If I'm supposed to be a light, it doesn't mean, as I said, that we're not human, but you want to be intentional. Be impeccable with your word, right? The Four Agreements by, I think his name is Don Miguel Ruiz. I'm sorry if I mess it up, but the Four Agreements is a great book. And one of them is be impeccable with your word. So be impeccable with your word. Watch what you're saying. Speak in the present, and then don't say anything you don't want. Don't say, well, if you stand there, the fire might catch on you and your arm might burn off. What? I'm telling you, when I hear that, when people go off on a tangent about something that they don't want to happen, I'm just like, in my mind, I cancel it. I might say cancel, or I'll say something like, well, we don't want that to happen, so blah, 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 and I'll shift the conversation. But like, it will never, that's something I will never understand. If you don't want it, hey, move your hand, because I want your hand to stay pretty and get, really soft and stay pure. Whatever you could say to shift it, even though you're still basically saying the same thing, you want to do that. Again, I'm going to repeat it. I want to make sure you got it. Speak in the present. Don't say anything you don't want. And try to make sure your speech is pure as possible. It can be a work in progress, but just do your best, right? That's all we can do anyway. But yeah, So what did you say? Be mindful of what you're saying. And the more you do this, the more you'll catch yourself. It will become a habit. A good one at that, I think, because I've seen it work in my life. Like, I'm usually a positive speaker in regard to the energy behind what I'm saying and how I phrase things, and it has helped me. So all that I share are things that have helped me so far in my journey. If I learn something new tomorrow, I'll share it with you then too. Yeah, I hope that this was helpful. Thank you for spending time with me, and I look forward to chatting soon. Deuces.